Welcome to Yoga with Lauren. We are starting on our seats, sitting in a cross-legged position if that feels good for you. And finding your nice long spine, finding what feels good with your legs as well. And if you want to feel more grounded, you can have your palms resting on your legs, or you can cup your hands in your lap, or you can keep your palms up if you want to be in a state of surrender. The eyes are closed if you feel comfortable to do so. And just start to deepen your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Spending these next few minutes just arriving in our practice, arriving in our bodies, letting go of the to-do list, the unread messages, the looming email. Can we let that go and just be here with ourselves? And as you breathe, softening in the parts of the body that naturally hold tension. For the most of us, it's in our shoulders and in our jaw. Feel free to take some neck movement here already. Just opening up the neck and the back. Moving with intention. Maybe looking to the right and to the left. And then just imagine your breath filling you up on the inhale and letting it go with the exhale. So creating this space in your body, in your chest, in your shoulders, in your back, in the rib cage. And just letting the music take you wherever it goes. And a reminder that we show up for this practice to help us hit the reset button, especially if your day has been busy or packed, filled with communications and meetings, and just noticing what that does to your nervous system. For me, I always feel it in my chest and my back when I feel hurried or rushed. And so the purpose for my practice is to slow down and to find some ease within my own body. And that's what focusing on the breath does. That's what sitting together does for us. And so it's the middle of the day, depending on when you're watching this. Maybe you have a lot to do after this. Can we just release our grip and trust that this practice will give us what we need? Because when we open up in our body and we create space in the body, it allows for new ideas and creativity to take up that space. Breathing in and letting it go. And in this moment, just thank yourself for showing up today. When you're ready, you can flutter the eyes open, coming back to the room and just looking away from the screen. Maybe looking at the person next to you. And then when you're ready, you can come back to where I am. Let's just take a nice little neck stretch, taking one hand down to the earth, the other hand on your head, and gently pulling away. And then inhaling, switching sides. And then release. Taking one arm across your body and shoulder down. Let's just kind of wiggle here, maybe roll the wrist, creating space in our upper body. And then switch it out. Other arm across, drop the shoulder, roll the wrist. And then reach the arms out to the sides. Nice energy here. I'm not just, right? Reaching energetically through the fingertips and gently pull as we create some space in the side body. And then turn one palm up and taking our first side stretch. Woo! Keeping the sit bones down into the floor. Opening up in that upper body, twisting the heart center up towards the sky. Notice how that feels. Maybe taking the arm behind you. And then slowly peel up. Inhale through center, exhale, fall to the other side, keeping sit bones down, pulling the shoulder blade back, twisting the upper body towards the sky. Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly come up to your seat. Let's take a nice twist before we continue. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist over to the other side. Shoulders down, rotate a little bit deeper here. Already feeling a little more open, a little less crunchy. And then inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, twist the other way. And then back through center. Uncross your legs so the other leg is in front. If that doesn't feel good, you can take butterfly pose. But we'll take a nice seated forward fold. So inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhaling, letting them fall to the earth. Letting your head release, your neck release, shoulders softened. Maybe you shake your head a little bit here. As the sit bones pull back into the mat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Go a little deeper here. And slowly walk it on up. And immediately let's go into our M shape or W shape, depending on the perspective, right? Feet are a little wider than the hips. Hands are behind you. Fingertips towards the glutes. Bend the elbows, draw the elbows in and lift the chest up towards the sky. Let's take our nice windshield wiper here. Gently tapping the knee if it's available. Feeling that stretch in the hip flexor into the psoas. And then slowly rock it to the other side. Ooh. And maybe do that a few more times on your own. Nice. Cross your legs and then let's roll into our first tabletop today. Hands directly underneath those shoulders, knees directly underneath those hips. Give me a few cow cats, dropping the belly, inhaling on the cow, looking up, arching that back, fingers are spread. Exhale, pulling the navel in, rounding in the spine, rounding in the upper back. Let's do that 2 more times. Drop the belly, inhale, cow. Maybe you wiggle side to side. Exhale, cat, draw the navel in. And then 1 more on your own. And then drop to your neutral spine. Extend your right leg behind you. And then cross it over the left leg. And we're going to take our nice little look over the shoulder. So pull that heel back and look over the opposite shoulder. So we're getting a nice stretch in the calf as well as in the side body. Feel free to give some movement here and then come back to your neutral table. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Extend your left leg behind you, hips squared off to the floor. Cross it over the right leg and look over that right shoulder for a nice calf stretch and side body stretch. And then come back to your table. Let's take our knees as wide as the mat, toes to touch. We'll take our first child's pose, extended child's pose, sinking the hips back, reaching the arms forward, finding length in that spine, sinking closer to the earth. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Soften in your shoulders. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, keeping your hands where they're at, shift your weight back. And then meet me in your first plank today. So you can take a full plank. If you need, you can drop the knees, making sure those hands are underneath those shoulders. Let's rock forward and back on those toes. And then gently rock the feet side to side to get a little abdominal warm up and sensation in the obliques. No, my back cracked, that felt good. And then meet me in your plank. Without moving the hands and feet, can you lift your hips high to the sky and take your first downward facing dog? Drop the shoulders into the back, pedal the feet, hips high to the sky, and start to loosen up that neck. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Lift through the heels, roll back to your plank. And then rock forward, drop the knees, draw the elbows in, half chaturanga. Drop your belly to the earth. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Hands underneath those shoulders, pull the elbows back, shine the chest forward. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, press back up to downward facing dog. Lengthen, walk it out. Loosen up that neck. Inhale, lift that right leg up for your first 3-legged dog, keeping those hips squared off here. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, knee to nose cheetah, round in that spine as much as you can. And again, inhale, lift up, 3-legged dog, keep the hips square. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. A little bit of heat. And 1 more. Inhale, lift the right leg up, 3-legged dog, keep the hips square. Exhale, this time bring the right foot in between the hands. Good job. Pull that right hip crease back, pull the shoulders back, drop the left knee. Inhale, rise up to your low crescent lunge. Shoulders down. Exhale, hands to the floor. You mentioned some hamstring love. Let me know if this is too much, but Release that back foot. Let's go into that gentle, if this is good for your body. If not, don't do it. Gentle half splits. Dropping the hip bones. You can always keep the knee bent here if that feels better. If you can get the full expression, awesome. Softening your shoulders, deep breath in, deep breath out. Exhale back to your low lunge. Tuck the back toe, lift the back leg or back knee. You're gonna press your left hand into the mat. And you're gonna take your right hand on the side of your head and we're gonna do a few little twists. So it's gonna look like this. Inhaling, I'm twisting as far as my body will let me. And then exhale, take that elbow back to the inside. And 2 more. Inhale, lift up. You're opening up in the side body. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Yes, exhale. Bring that hand back on the other side of that foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, shake out your head. Roll back to your plank, lift through the heels, lift through the spine, meet me in plank. Rock forward, knees to the floor, half chaturanga. Release the feet and toes, pull the shoulders back, inhale, lift up, cobra. Good, exhale, release. Tuck the toes, press back up into downward facing dog. We're gonna do the same sequence on the other side. Right now, pedal your feet, loosen up in your neck. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Here we go, other side. Inhale, lift that left leg up, keeping the hips square. Reaching up, maybe you anchor that right heel closer to the earth. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Round in that spine. Here we go, inhale, left three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Press back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left foot in between the hands. Pull the left hip crease back. Shine the chest forward, drop the back knee. Release the foot, rise up, low crescent lunge. So not collapsing on that leg. Pulling up. Exhale, hands to the floor or your blocks, whatever's there. Scoop the navel in, straighten that front leg, drop that hip, flex through the toes. Loosen up in that neck. Feel the sensation in your calf and your hamstring. Foot is flexed towards your shin. Maybe bend a little closer to the leg. Being with a sensation, exhale, come back to that low lunge. Pick up your back knee and take that left hand to the left side of the head. I'm going to twist 3 times like we did last time. Inhale, lift up. Open up the side body, see how far you can go. Exhale, close it in. 2 more. Nice and easy, exhale. Nice and controlled. And 1 more, inhale, lift. Open up, open up. You might notice one side's tighter than the other, exhale. Bring that hand back to the outside of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Whew. Shake it out. Bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, step or hop your way to meet your hands. And then rise up, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, root to rise, standing for the first time. Reaching up and exhale, hands to prayer. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's take a full sun salutation. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach. Shoulders down. Exhale, swan dive. Let it go. Woo, really feel this. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana if you'd like, or you can do a variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up nice and high. And then I want you to bend your right knee and then turn your hips out to the right side to stack the hips, making sure to not over rotate the upper body. So I have to work on that myself. Keep your shoulders towards the mat while the hips open up. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose and then the foot to the hand. Foot in between the hands. And then if you're ready, rise up to your first high crescent lunge. Arms up, breathing in, breathing out. Shoulders down, scoop up in the front body. So great way to test that. Sometimes I bend the back knee and then I can adjust the torso and then lengthen from there. Nice and deep. This time I want you to lean forward with the arms and swipe the arms behind you. Yeah, so we're just building strength in the legs again. Pull that right hip crease back and then come back up. Inhale, reach. Careful with that knee. Make sure it's aligned over the heel. Exhale, swim forward. Inhale, reach up. Whoop, whoop. Exhale, hands to the floor. And take a nice easy twist. Right arm up to the sky. Then exhale, hands back down. Drop your left knee. Release the back foot. I want you to bring both hands on the inside of that inside of the right foot. Heel toe that right foot off the mat. Alleviate some of that pressure and meet me in your lizard pose. So you can't see it, but knee is turned out, toes are turned out. I'm on my hands and yogi's choice if you want to go deeper here. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out in this lizard pose. Maybe rocking to the right edge of the right foot to get a bit deeper. And then slowly come back to your hands. Heel toe that right foot back in. Tuck that back foot. And then meet yourself back in downward facing dog. Walk it out. Loosen up the neck. See if you feel a little longer. Bring those hips high to the sky. Maybe you bend your knees and then scooch the hips up. Here we go, left side. Inhale, lift that left leg up as high as you can, keeping the hips square. Bend the left knee. Turn the hips out to the left side of the mat while you keep your shoulders anchored towards the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Then bring the knee to the nose and bring that left foot in between the hands. Pull the left hip crease back and rise up to your high crescent lunge. So again, little trick, bend that back knee. Gives you more freedom to align the shoulders over the ribs and the hips and then straighten the back leg if you'd like. Breathing in, breathing out, softening the shoulders and the face. Finding ease and effort. And then we're going to build up this leg strength. You're going to bring the arms down as you lean forward and swipe behind you as you pull that left hip crease back. And then bring it in front to rise up to the lunge. Deep in, here we go, and lean forward. Swipe behind you. Reach through those fingertips. And then back up. Doing great. I can feel it, right? And then bring the hands back down on the inside of the left foot. Hello, legs. Heel toe that left foot out into your lizard. Drop the back knee. Release the back toes. And yogi's choice, however deep you want to go, you can stay on your hands or meet me on your forearms, letting your head go and enjoying the stretch here. Doing great. Good job. Come back to your hands. Heel toe your foot back to normal. Get that hand on the other side. Lift up your back leg and meet me in downward facing dog. Hands are in the same lane. This time, take your feet wide as your mat and take a nice wide-legged downward facing dog and see how that feels. Bend the knees, scooch the hips up high. And then exhale, slowly drop the knees to the mat. Bring the knees together, toes together. Sink the hips back and meet me. Child's pose with your arms behind you. Just resting for a few moments. Maybe wiggling that forehead. Dropping any tension in the shoulders and the wrist. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Doing great. Slowly drag the hands by your sides. Get to your fingertips and slowly press yourself up to a hero pose if that feels okay for you. Thumbs up if you're good. Okay, great. Let's take just a nice clasp of the fingers, whatever's available. It could be the elbows if that feels good. Even that feels like a stretch. If you have the clasp, close the palms, draw it down, and inhale, lift your chest up to the sky. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, staying connected to this moment, connected to this practice, feeling the heat in your body. And then exhale, whoo, slowly release. Shake it out. Nice. Walk yourself out to a plank. Rock forward and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your dog here. Loosen up the neck. We're gonna go into a pigeon pose. So you're gonna inhale, lift your right leg up nice and high. Exhale, bring that right foot towards the right wrist. Swing the shin down, trying to get it as parallel to the mat as possible. Dropping the back knee, and you walk it out. Okay, so here my hips are squared off. That means I'm not gonna be just on one hip. My hip is naturally lifted off the floor. And this is where you could place a block or a bolster or a blanket. If this variation doesn't feel good, you can always take a figure 4 like this or on your back, or you can be seated and do that as well. So pick your poison and hang out there, yeah? I'm just gonna, it's so loud in my ears, but it's probably not that loud for you. Okay, so pigeon pose, I mean, a true embodiment of ease and effort, right? I'm trying to find the position that feels good with my body, but also challenging me to go deeper. This is really good for, I mean, anyone and everyone, especially if you run, right? So here I can even deepen by just a little wiggle of twisting my upper body to get a deeper stretch in the right glute, right? And if I feel sensation in my knee, this would be a good opportunity to flex through that foot rather than pointing through it. Right, and going to your lowest expression, letting your neck and your head relax. Enjoying this, because I don't think we do this enough, really. Feeling that in your glute, your IT band. With your exhale, can you let go a little bit more? Really use that breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling, letting it go. And you're going to notice the longer we sit here, the harder it gets, or the more challenging. So you and your body have to decide, well, what feels good in this moment? What's my edge? Exhale, slowly rise up from it. Just noticing where the sensations are. For me, I feel it actually in my back leg right now. And slowly come up to your hands and roll out of it. I lean to one side. And then just kind of shake it out. Okay. And then in your own creative way, come back to a downward facing dog, almost like resetting. Whew. Notice how more open you feel. We're gonna do the same thing, left leg. Inhale, lift that left leg up as high as it can go, keeping the hips square. Exhale, left knee towards the left wrist. Swing the left shin. Bring that left foot down, then the left knee down, and then walk it back. Okay. So here again, when I say hips are leveled, right, doesn't mean one's on the floor and one's not. I keep them in the same plane, and then walk yourself down. Again, you can take the other variation of a seated pigeon or a pigeon on your back, which is a figure 4. Breathing into it, deepening in it. Doing lovely. Where do you feel the sensation? Right, everything is just feedback. So this side, I don't feel anything in my back leg. I feel it all in the front leg. Slowly start to rise up from it, gently. And then, yep, roll out of it. Whew. Oh, yeah. And then swing the legs around. Now I invite you to open up your legs in a straddle position, or some of us say middle splits, where your knees and toes are up towards the sky. And then just gently walk forward as far as you can, just feeling that in your hip flexors and your adductors, letting the head release here. See if over time you can walk it out a little bit further. Saying hello to our legs and all the things. And then slowly walk it on in. And using your own legs or your hands, you can carry the legs together. Shake it out. Wiggle out your torso. And then scoot your tush towards your heels and meet me on your back. Oh yeah, nice long spine. Arms extended out to the side like a T. Yes. And then here, I invite you to take any other last thing you need to do. Maybe you need to stretch a leg. Maybe you want to take a happy baby. Maybe you'd like to just call it a day and find Shavasana. Find that last pose for today and just let your body surrender into the mat, into the floor. Softening in the jaw and across the chest. Softening in the hands. Spreading your shoulder blades open in the back. And then just noticing how you feel versus the start of this practice. Softening in the eyes. Just letting yourself be. Spend a few more moments here. Oh my gosh, y'all didn't hear the music this whole time. I had such great music. Of course. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Just spend these last few moments. Man, you heard all my breath. You heard everything. But sometimes that's how it goes. So let's just spend a few more moments here. Breathing in and breathing out. And when you're ready, start to wiggle. Or if you'd like, you can stay in Shavasana longer. You always have that choice. But if you'd like to call it a day, feel free to wiggle and start to meet me in your fetal position, one side. And then slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seat. I'm like so mad about that, but that's okay. That's teaching virtually for you. Put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. I'm sorry. Let me not take away from your practice. Well, maybe that can be the theme. Can we just laugh at when things don't go the way that we thought they would? And maybe just trust that that's how it was supposed to be. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and deep breath out. Thanks so much for moving with me today. Hope you feel good and open and ready for the rest of your day. Namaste.